Welcome.
She said, okay.
Welcome back. Hey man, how you doing? You good? I know you like that.
Welcome back to Billy with Miss Peggy. Miss Peggy. Miss Peggy. Welcome back.
Back to you, Miss Peg. Welcome to Healing with Peg.
Hey, y'all. This is Miss Peg, and we are healing through Autumn's Way from Columbus, Ohio. And thank you, DJ B Lethal, our one and only elevator operator. We couldn't do this without you every week, sir. That's right. We just could not do this without you every week. And we have been here for 3 years, and we're just spreading love, hope, and hoping, and just letting people know that you're not alone through your struggles of addiction. Or if you just need a friend, I am not a professional, but we can get you a professional ASAP, like right now. And again, we are from Columbus, Ohio. We want to thank everyone for joining us, everyone that's been with us for the last 3 years here. We are just touching on the tip of so many parts of addiction and the effects of addiction and everything to do with it. Um, there is many, many, many limbs, I would say, of addiction, different branches, different. It's just really different. And people, you must quit judging and hating people. You know, um, addiction absolutely is the number one killer in the whole United States. And that's sad. We are losing too many, far too many. And it's every day. The exolizine is here in our city already. Beautiful young ladies and men on Sullivan Avenue, and they cannot stand up straight. Their bodies are flinging and flailing all over the place. They are someone's daughter, someone's mother, sister, best friend, be someone's aunt. There's just, you know, there's too many. And again, we have a beautiful special guest with us tonight. And, we do put out numbers, information. We are a community platform here at Autumn's Way Through. Again, from Columbus, Ohio. We thank everyone that joins us, that comes and shares, and that gives hope and spreads hope, and to let people know that they're not alone. We have, again, like I said, numbers. We reach out to any and everyone. If you need a professional right now, ASAP, we do advise, please, and call 988. That is the National Suicide and Mental Health Awareness number. Someone will answer right now. They will absolutely send someone to you. They will stay on the line with you. They will get you to a hospital. They will get you to treatment. Just whatever that your need may be, you are not alone. Please just pick up the phone, reach out, and get help. Tonight, we want to welcome beautiful, beautiful Miss Miranda. We want to thank you for being with us. Again, we want to welcome you because you have been with us before, and it's truly our pleasure, and it's an honor to have you here. So welcome, thank you, and you can just jump in, say hello, introduce yourself, And again, we thank you for being here with us and sharing with us.
Thank you, Miss Peggy, for having me.
It is a pleasure, my love. It's truly a pleasure. We talk about a lot of things here, but the most important thing that we share and that we want to get out is the biggest thing that we want to share is love. That we are uplifting truly any and everyone that is struggling with any absolute drug or mental illness. The judgment truly has to stop. Um, because when you see that person on the street, instead of, maybe capturing a video or taking pictures and post it on social media, you could also pick up the phone and you could call your local ambulance or fire department, and they will come by and they will do, a, you know, a mental health check on that person to see if they want to go to the hospital, because sometimes people do want to go to the hospital, but they just so far into addiction or into a mental health episode that they don't realize they need but belong in a hospital. So sometimes if you just want to call 911 to go do a health check on that person standing at the corner, you may just save someone's life. And we also, I want to put out very quickly, we have a beautiful, another wonderful guest that just joined us as well. We want to put out a harm reduction here in Ohio as well. Everyone, please go to your Google um, search bar. Please put in harm reduction. It will pop up in your local nearest, it will pop up your local chapter. They will train you in administering Narcan, which is a life saving. Without that, more people would be dead without the Narcan. Please carry it. Please learn. I am also a harm reductionist. I can teach you how to use it, and I also carry it. But you can have it mailed free to your home. But tonight's topic, we do want to welcome our one and only beautiful Misunderstood. We thank you for joining us tonight again.
Always a pleasure. Always.
We have missed you. Miss Miranda, this is Misunderstood. And of course, everyone knows DJ B Lethal.
Yeah.
Tonight's topic is, and sometimes we love it when he comes out of the elevator because he has this wonderful, always knowledge. And we are forever grateful for everything, all the beautiful artwork, for everything DJ B Lethal does. For a wonderful being here for 3 years on LLR, Linda's Legacy Radio Stations. Download the Zeno app today and tune in. So Misunderstood, Miranda, how have y'all been this week? We hope that y'all have had a great week, and we are glad to have both of y'all back here on Autumn's Way Through, helping others from Columbus, Ohio. Hope y'all had a good Memorial Day weekend and everything.
Well, I had to work.
Yeah.
It was okay though. I still ended up getting to, put some food on the grill and eat a little bit, but I always enjoy time with my seniors. But it was a good Memorial Day,
That's
That's
awesome.
good. We had a pretty good one. We spent the weekend out at the lake here in Kansas, and I got burnt to a crisp. But it was really fun. It was really nice. We did some fishing, and it was really relaxing overall. So
That is a great weekend, making all those beautiful memories. And here at Autumn's Way, we absolutely suggest every day that y'all tune in to one of DJ B Lethal's wonderful radio stations, the Tattoo Shop, the B-Sides, and make memories with your family. Take pictures, smile as much as you possibly can. We only go around the earth once in our lifetime. You know, make every day count. If you love somebody, pick up the phone and call them. If you're thinking about them, there's a reason you're thinking about them. And maybe you just need to say hello. You know, it might make all the difference in their day. Just by smiling at someone, you could absolutely maybe save a life too. So y'all out there, quit being hateful. So I'm just
Hmm.
putting that out there as well. But tonight's subject, like I said, we talk about a lot of things, um, but we love the children the most. And here at Autumn's Way, they seem to sometimes, not here at Autumn's Way, but we find that a lot of children during drug addiction, drug use, that the parents, they forget about the babies. They think they're doing the best and they think they're being the best, but sometimes they're doing more harm. They do a lot of harm and don't realize. Not that they don't love their babies. It's just sometimes the drugs or the addiction changes the mind, the process of the mind, and it affects children. It affects them in lots of ways, lots and lots and lots of ways. And tonight, our topic is how drug use or alcohol abuse affects children in their lives. And because it is truly alarming, uh, there's a statistics too. I don't exactly have the numbers right now exactly in front of me, but I do have them to where under the age of 18, there is like 60 to 80,000 babies and children that have died from overdose under the age of 18 in the last 3 to 5 years. A lot of 1-year-old, 2-year-olds. So, people, if you're doing drugs, if you're doing meth, if you're smoking crack, if you are like doing fentanyl, doing any of that stuff, please call the grandparents, call somebody that you know that's not doing drugs. If you really, really love your children, let them go stay with somebody for a couple days, a week, a month, but don't have them crawling around because there's a lot of babies that's overdosing on fentanyl because they see you put it in your mouth, you're chewing on something, then you doze out, and the baby's like, "Oh, mommy just had that candy. Let me get that." And then the baby dies. People, this is serious stuff. We talk about, we're uplifting people and we are healing, but we're bringing knowledge and we're bringing facts and we're bringing truth. And sometimes we say things that it's only truth and we say it out of love and consideration. Again, I want to welcome Misunderstood and I want to welcome Miranda here tonight because I know what that y'all have to say on this topic is very important. I know that someone needs to hear these messages. Again, we are here every Tuesday night thanks to DJ B Lethal through LLR and all that he has created through Linda's Legacy radio stations. Because we're just sharing some love and giving hope and letting people know that help our communities and these babies. Everyone knows, that I lost Autumn. That's why we are here doing what we do 12 years ago due to heroin and fentanyl overdose. When I got the coroner's report, as her boyfriend was sitting at arm's length away from her laying in her bed, the coroner's report, there were 17 different kind of drugs in her system. 17. Non was a non-lethal amount, is what the coroner's report said, but altogether, it was a lethal dose when she snorted it. When she snorted it up her nose, the membrane burst, and it was like she had a um, what is it called? My brain is
An aneurysm.
yes, yes, thank you, sweetheart. Yes, an aneurysm. The coroner said even if she'd have been in the hospital, they would not have been able to save her because when the main vein bursts into your head, that it is there's so much pressure, you know, that's what happened. And so here we are 12 years later, and we're trying to give people hope and love and understanding. And there's been, people, like I said, people stop hating on people because we're just spreading love over here. And I want to thank everyone for being with us tonight and sharing and just being with us, doing what we do, helping our communities with knowledge, love, and understanding. Miss Tanisha, first off, or misunderstood, I'm so sorry. I just want to say, beautiful, that you are an inspiration to this earth. Your music is truly a gift. You are spiritually uplift people because you can feel it into your soul. Your hair lifts up on, or mine does. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You're truly a gift. You're a superstar. The music, I tell DJ Be Lethal this all the time. Um, the music, I call him the medicine man because music is medicine
Right.
and
So
music will heal people.
absolutely. To kind of piggyback off what you were saying, a lot of people don't realize that when these babies are young, um, their youngest years, they're like a sponge. They absorb everything, and the first thing that they think of is either wanting to be like mom or wanting to be like dad. Um, so you're right. When they see, hey, mom, dad had that piece of candy. Hey, I want to go get it. Um, that happens. I used to work for one of our local um, group homes in the area. And I remember taking a couple of the kids to worship with me. And I'm noticing the young lady beside me, she had torn a piece of paper and she's tearing up other small pieces of me, not realizing as a child it was all kept for me. So I didn't know. I was dumb to the fact, really naive. But she had this paper in her lap and she's just, so somebody bumped me and they were like, you know what? I was like, no. So once I realized what was happening, she was mocking what she had already seen. So these kids, they're absorbing it. Um, even if it's what a child would see as funny behavior because mom and dad stumbling, they're falling. It's funny to a kid to see a grown up fall. They think they're being funny, but then we continue to pay attention to what's making them do that. The older they get and their awareness of it, it's hey, I want to be funny. I want to I want to fall unintentionally. Um, not knowing, it's something that's destroying the body, something that's killing the liver, something that's but these children are smarter than we think. And I know a lot of people are, hey, they don't have to see it at home. It's all over social media. It's all over the internet. It's, if they want to see it, they're going to run into it anyway. But it starts at home. It starts at home. If we, as parents, grandparents, whomever has custody of these children, can teach them a different way of life. Um, I know I partially raised my kids, somewhat on my own. Their dad Um, God bless his heart. He drinks. He drank a lot, real bad alcoholic. Um, but there were many days I had to call mom and just, I didn't want my kids around him. I didn't want to subject them to that way of life. It was something that I didn't have to see, so it was a lifestyle that scared me. I just knew I didn't want my kids around it because I cared for my kids. Um, so yes, you're right. The kids matter because once this is embedded in their minds, it's hard. It's still to this day things would happen that my kids remember. Seeing their dad. And I remember my son was probably 5 years old, and daddy'd come in and he's trying to clean him up. And he looked at me in my face and said, "I promise I'll never be that way. I promise I'll never do that." Um, but that was a kid at that age trying to make a promise, such as um, life ended up becoming a bit of a strain for him through high school with football and some things he had to endure. And they learned that adults always find a way of reaching back and grabbing a coping mechanism, whether it be a cigarette, whether it be marijuana, whether it be alcohol. It didn't matter. All they know is, hey, that calmed mom's nerves and that calmed dad's nerves. And, you know, so they're watching, and they deserve a chance. They deserve a chance at a fair shot of saying, hey, no, this wasn't taught, this wasn't learned behavior, this wasn't something I picked up at home. If I picked it up, maybe I was 21 and older and I got with some wrong friends, but at least give them a chance to be able to say, hey, let me go back home to where I never saw any of this mess, and to receive the love that should actually come from home. So these are, they're sponges, they're observing. And I, I understand. I'm going to say I do understand. Life gets hard. Life can be stressful. Life, we all go through things. Not everybody knows how to take on, not everybody knows how to endure pain. And we silence them with the extra, in hopes that, hey, for the moment, I got a peace of mind. But little do we know is that we're creating a monster that's going to grow up to do the same thing. And at some point, we've got to break that generational cycle, that curse, that we've got to break it. And like you said, if it means, hey, call mom, call dad, call grandparents, hey, just come get them. I need to vent. I need to scream it out. Do do your thing. I pray that you would, one day the taste will be taken from your tongue. But should it get to that point, get the babies out of the house. Um, you never get a second time to make a first impression. And you are the first, we parents, grandparents, we're the first impression that those kids get to see 24/7 until they start going to school. um, but still, then they're influenced by others, other kids who are going through similar things but trying other stuff. So now it's everybody, hey, let's bring all of this to the table, and you try this, let me let you try this. Well, my parents tried this, so now you got somebody that's willing to try it all. So not only are they going to be influenced at home, they're going to be influenced at school, and once they get out of school, they're going to be influenced at work. So let's give them a place to be able to come back to be able to say, hey, you know what? I just need to go home and cry it out because I got family that care. I don't need that stuff. But these kids matter. They're not our future. They're our now. They're our right now. And if we don't get it right now, then we're gonna lose a whole lot more of them.
You are so right. We have lost generations and generations that we will never get back. My daughter's age group, she would be 35 right now this year. In her age group, they were, I think, for that year that she passed away, uh, I think that there were over I want to say 78,000 that just, I don't know if it was just in Ohio. I know the number was really large on the generations that were lost and the futures that are gone, that are never families. Um, there's been too many, and these kids are absolutely watching everything the parents say, everything the parents do, and they do mimic everything they see. And if mommy's drinking it, just like with alcohol, it's so easy, it's so accessible. Somebody gets a 6 pack bottle, a couple bottles of wine put in the fridge, kids see it's nice, cold, refreshing. Here, you know, just like with the Pepsi and the pop and all that stuff, kids, or they see, they do, and they mimic. And I don't know if that's one of the reasons that so many children are dying of overdose right now. But like you said, it starts at home, and they learn that peel, or that, they see mommy snort, take something, or they hear smoking, or put something in her arm, or finding stuff all over the house, and they don't know what it is, and mommy's acting weird, and mommy's sick, and they don't know what's going on, or there's bottles and there's certain smells. And kids are smarter than y'all think. People, they see, they know, they hear everything. They might act like they're watching TV, but they heard you make that drug deal on the phone as you was trying to be quiet in the bathroom. Trust and believe they heard everything being said.
Hmm.
And it's heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. Because most children has had to raise their parents to make sure that they're okay too.
Amen.
And
Yes.
they are scared of, yes, yes, Miranda, yes, love.
Coming,
It's
like,
true.
being a child that has, like, I was that child. I was the child that had the addict parent, at one point parents. And it's, what you guys said, like, they mimic. We do mimic. And, unfortunately for myself, like, I started to go down a bad path. It was really bad, and it was really scary. Um, Eventually, like, I was able to be like, no, this isn't okay. Like, I have my own child. Like, what if my child sees me the way that I see my mom? What if I'm the one that my son at the time, like, what if he saw me like that? And it scared me to the point to not doing anything like that again. However, as a child, she's, misunderstood, had said that you want to make sure that you, like, as an adult, you want to make sure that your children have a safe place to go to. But not everyone's fortunate enough to have that place, because that one place that they're safe to go to is their mom's house, and their mom's over there in the bathroom overdosing. So it's really hard for some people that do have parents that are addicts and children that grow up in that environment, because that becomes normal for them. That is a, they're sponges. That's like their normal life. Going in, checking in on mom, and mom's, sprawled out, or her head's in between her legs because she can't lift her head up. You don't, not everyone sees it that way. But whenever you do eventually come out of that, and you are out of it almost completely, you're and you have your own children, you're always looking at it as in, God, I really hope that my children don't see me like this. God, I really hope that my children never have to experience what I had to experience at such a young age, and don't have to learn about these things until they're much older. But then again, you also want to bring awareness to it, and you want them to be knowledged about it, as in how dangerous things are like that. um and it's really sad to sit there and watch it happen with not just your own children, but for instance, for me, like, I have students, young students, that have lifestyles like that, and it hurts to see it because I was that child. Thank thank God. Thank God that that my children aren't in that environment. But I hate to see some of the students that I have grown connections with to have to go through the same thing that I went through. And the only thing that I can do is be the person that I needed whenever I was going through it, whenever I was that child that didn't understand.
That's all right.
I am so sorry, beautiful. And I know that you have been through a lot. And that's where it is these children. The babies are truly suffering at 7, 8, 9 years old, as far as 3, 4, and 5. As far as 3, 4, and 5, they're trying to fix something to eat. They can't get through
By
beer cans.
themselves.
Yes, bottles,
It's so
trash.
sad.
It is. Or the mother's been up, for 3 or 4 days smoking meth, still on the floor with a flashlight trying to find more meth, out in the yard looking for meth with a flashlight, has the kids out there helping them. This
Yeah.
is alarming. This is how sad and this is how real that it is that we have kids that are being parents.
Yeah.
And, where it's that's where it's sad. And it's heartbreaking, and we're losing too many babies. And thank God, Miranda, for mothers like you and Misunderstood. They're out here absolutely being a part, being a real mother, being aware, being aware. Yes, I know I said that twice, and I'm going to say it one more time. Being, being aware and being alert and being present in your
Hmm.
children's lives to make beautiful memories, because we get one chance going around this earth, around this planet, and everybody it's like when I see people here in Columbus on the streets, these young mothers and young fathers and young kids. I mean, there's kids out here walking the street, and I'm passing out Narcan, please go get help. um, and as I see them, some of them has their child with them. There's a
Mm.
mother and a couple mothers and some daughters that's out here on the street, working the streets every day. And, I've talked with them, begged them, gave them information. They say they're going to go to the clinic next week. They're going to be there. They take the Narcan. They're appreciative to have that. But they're out there together
Yeah.
doing drugs, doing drugs, homeless, sleeping in bando houses,
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and then they have other children that's with grandmother, placed in foster care. It's like
I don't know if my dad was able to tell you or not, but I was also that child that, you know, I lived in the abandoned houses with my mom. It was more of a trap house, but like it was it was bad. Like I was in third grade, and I remember a couple years ago my son was going into third grade, and I was bawling my eyes out because I was like, man, if my son didn't have to go through the things at third grade that I did. And it was heartbreaking to sit there and look at it like that because, at the time I was just a child, like that was normal. It was a normal lifestyle. And being put in the position to where like now I'm raising my own child and seeing that that's not a normal lifestyle for him. He doesn't have to deal with things like that. None of my children have to deal with things like that. It's it's God sent, honestly. I don't know how else to explain it. It is God sent. And you like you had said just a minute ago, children having to be parents to their parent. I don't know if you remember the phone call that I gave to you right before my mom killed herself, But
Yes, and I'm
I
so
was I
sorry,
was
sweetheart. I love you. I
I
just
was
want to say I'm so sorry.
no, it's okay. I'm dealing with it in my own ways, I suppose.
Yes.
But um I remember calling you and like trying to find ways to help her because I was scared for her. I remember my mom's always been um a pretty hefty woman. Like she's really well built. Well, the last time I got to see her, she was tiny. She was skin and bone. She was smaller than I was. And it was scary. It was like I was looking at someone completely different. And being able to sit there and watch her do that to herself and begging her to get better, begging her to get clean. I even offered her to come to Kansas and live here at one of the sober living houses that I attend with, or that I'm affiliated with. And I I wanted her to move down here so that she could be a part of that sober living community. And she was all for it, but as soon as she had the idea of going back to her hometown, she went right back downhill 10 times harder, and it just didn't stop. It just got worse. And she got really bad until one day it was gone. She was completely gone, and there was nothing else that anyone else could do. It's hard, and especially like being a child of that, and the constant reminders of what that looks like as an adult now, looking back at it and having those constant reminders of what that lifestyle was, is almost traumatizing. Like it's very traumatizing for adults to, like, for adults that have grown up in that situation, to sit there and look back at everything, and then constantly trying to not make sure that you're putting yourself or your own children in that same situation.
And shout out to you, Mama, for everything that you're doing. Is remarkable. It is truly amazing for you to
Thank you.
have your beautiful life, to be a teacher, to teach children, to give them information, to, teaching them and guiding them to be their very, very best. And for everything that you've been through, everything you've seen, everything you witnessed, every time that, you know, calling your mom, and, and so many times that we want people to get better so much. And when they don't, it's truly, it's heartbreaking. And, when we realize that, being adults, that not understanding, you know, what they were going through, not understanding at that time at such a young age. And for you to overcome that and break that cycle of addiction is what you've done, beautiful lady. Whether you realize that, you have broke a cycle that is almost so impossible for so many. I mean, for so many to break. You have done something that is so remarkable and so beautiful, to show your beautiful children how to live, how to enjoy life, to turn the music up, have barbecues, make memories, good, happy memories. And they're so proud of you. I know that your babies are proud of you doing what you do. And for you being with us here tonight, I know that someone really needed to hear everything that y'all have to say. Again, I thank y'all so much. It's truly, um, everyone coming together as a community, lifting everyone up, and that's what we do here at Autumn's Way. So shout out to you, Miranda. Girl, you just keep doing what you do, baby. That is so amazing. Like, to truly just break that, and not being out there going to the bars and trying all the new drugs, and doing all that. You've done something, sweetheart, that
Commendable.
thousands, Yes, yes,
Thank
yes,
you. Thank you.
yes.
Thank you.
Mom, you don't climb on trees and you don't climb on
I
tables.
really appreciate that. Thank you.
Sweetheart, that it's be so proud of yourself. Walk that, talk that, know that, because that is to be so, so proud. That is an accomplishment that, there's so many mothers out here that are continuing using drugs. They don't have their children, but yet they're
It,
telling everybody they're doing everything they can to get them back, but they're not. They're not. But in their mind, they're telling themselves, I don't know if they're just trying to, I don't know. But again, the children are suffering because they don't know where their mom
Hmm.
or their dad is. And well, they know that they're out doing drugs, they're out doing something. And that child thinks that those drugs and that drink is more important than they are. And that's what's heartbreaking. And that's what we're talking about tonight. We are Autumn's way through from Columbus, Ohio. And we are here to help anyone that is struggling through addiction with addiction. If you're here in the Columbus area, I will come and give you a ride. If you're anywhere out of the Ohio area, we can and will get you into a rehab and clinic. If you need insurance, we can get you that covered too as well.
And Miranda,
Yeah.
I just want to tell you I'm proud of you for becoming
Thank you.
a positive, uh, a positive action, reaction out of a negative, very negative situation.
Thank you.
took a lot of strength, for sure. It was the mind power, that willingness.
She's
Had
strong, very
off.
stubborn.
You would know a little bit too much about that, wouldn't you?
There's somebody that's gonna have to help the same way. A lot of people didn't make it out of it. A lot of
Hmm.
people don't know how to bounce back from it. But so hats off to you. Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Yes, because that is a truly to know, you know, to see what you seen, to go went through what you went through. And I do remember those phone calls very well, my beautiful girl. And I gave you, you know, as many numbers as we possibly can.
You did. You sure
And
did. It was
um,
overall, it was her willingness. She had to be willing to get the help, and because she wasn't willing, it was
yes,
harder on her family because she wasn't willing. And we all had to suffer because she wanted to do that to herself.
and
But that's what
sometimes,
addiction is.
mm, yes, addiction will usually end in death. And the Exelazone that's on the street now, Narcan is not bringing people back. The
Hmm.
Trang is what they call it. It's flesh eating to the bone. That is here in our beautiful Columbus. That is here and hitting our streets right now. It is in every city and state in the United States. People are walking around like zombies. When you add alcohol or you add meth, other drugs with that, and when people has a mental illness, a lot of people, some people say it's easier for them just to be out there instead of trying and stopping which I don't understand that. And like I said, we are still learning every day. We do research. I read every single thing I possibly can about addiction in the hopes of just trying to understand why. I don't know if people get depressed, like, you know, like Misunderstood said earlier, people try stuff, at a party. They're just hanging out with friends, maybe just for a little bit. And then, oh, this feels good. I like this. And I'm going to do this tomorrow. And then, well, tomorrow turns into another day. And just like, oh, I'm going to have a couple drinks after work. Oh, this tastes, this is good.
Now I'm gonna need a drink before work. Now I'm gonna need a drink midway through work.
Hmm.
Oh my goodness. A lot of times and a few people that I've run, things have happened maybe in childhood, never got a chance to address, or nobody ever explained why. Again, it starts that cycle. Um, so now that their kids see it, now their kids or they're having to watch it. So guess what's happening now? Here goes that cycle again. So the older they get and the more they're starting it, their kids are going to have to watch it. So it starts the cycle. And it all because things I had to see as a child, things I had to endure as a child. Everybody's hurt, pain, everything comes from a child up. Um, and it's just sad to say. It's a lot of things. Instead of going to get therapy, people, hey, you're gonna be okay, just go sit down, don't worry about it, they shun it. Oh, that ain't nothing to worry about, don't, it ain't. So many times people want to do the hush hush to things that they don't. People fear what they don't know. So if they never got the help for it before they started it, chances are they're gonna use that coping mechanism, and then those kids are going to watch, and as they grow up they're going to do it, and then their kids are going to watch, and the ball continues to roll until we have people like our beautiful friend here who says, hey, no more. She broke a cycle. She broke a cycle. And that it's going to take more of that. It's going to take more people like her, um, to make a stand, to just say, hey, you know what? Maybe I didn't get to talk about everything that happened in my childhood. Maybe I didn't get to address things that or feeling neglected or not loved or whatever. Um, it's gonna take being slow to speak and swift to hear, being able to listen to somebody. And like you said, Miss Peggy, just earlier when you first got on, seeing people like that, it's not funny. It's not post worthy. Um, it's not a laughing matter. Like, that's serious. That's somebody's mom. That's somebody's aunt. That's somebody's grandma. It's not a laughing matter. Um, so we all, even if we don't have children or family members that's like that, doesn't mean that we can't take a stand to say, hey, you know what? Let me help. Let me be there. Talk to me. What can I do? Um, we got to be the solution instead of focusing on the problem. Let's focus on the solution. That's being there more for one another, being that listening ear, helping, as Miss Peggy does so well, helping to find help, or helping to be the help that we all need, when times get rough.
Thank you so much. Beautiful. It's truly, when you hear them crying, or things that they say when their parents are not there, when their parents are absent, it's different if they're at work, but when they're just absent, the child sees that. They see what's going on. They know the parent is absent, doing drugs, out drinking at the bar. And again, they are left And that parent says, you better wash the dishes when I get back. All those dishes better be washed at 12 years old. Watch your little brother, your little sister, put them in bed. I'll be back. I'm going to the store and mommy don't come home, or the police may come to the door. Mommy's been in a bad accident. Daddy's been in a bad accident.
Right.
And they've overdosed. Or the child has had to call 911 to get help for their parents. And that's going on way too much. Way too much. Miss Miranda, I truly am so proud of you. It has absolutely taken an incredible woman with so much strength. And DJ Bilito, I know you had something to do with that, sir. Those wisdom and those wise words, you know, um, that were said, you know, just when people are an encouragement, when people uplift you, it truly goes farther. Um, like I said, you can reach a lot more people with love and understanding. If you're at the red light and you flip somebody off, they might get out and pull a gun and kill you. Like, you could be dead at the red light from flipping somebody off. But if you turn some music up, dance, get out at the red light, you might get a ticket for dancing at the red light, but still, everybody at that red light, look, they're going to be laughing, dancing. They're going to be smiling, blowing the horn. Everybody's going to be turning up, and everybody's going to be happy, and nobody's going to get shot. That's what we're talking about, people. Love your community, love your people. Start some more youth groups, start some more 4-H groups. What happened to that?
I know,
I don't
right?
know about these boys. Yeah, like these boys and girls clubs, but some of them, you got to watch because there's some weird people out here. We're just saying, people, keep your girls and your little boys, inform them and give them information about these creepos out here. Because if not, we talk about it. We'll give them the information over here because we talk about a lot of stuff. Lots of stuff. Because the babies are suffering. But Miranda, what you have done is truly phenomenal. Like, to break a complete cycle. I mean, you're a teacher. You are raising, you know, uh, not only your children, but you are absolutely spending more time with other people's children in a classroom, teaching them to be successful. And like, your energy, you can just feel your goodness through your voice. You know what I mean? Like, you're like misunderstood. You're also a gift to the earth. And I don't think you understand that as well. What you are giving back to the children of your community, for being there, not just for your kids, but for the community's children. you know, you are absolutely helping your whole neighborhood be a better place, because children have that network that they know if something's not right in their life, that they can say, hey, Miss Miranda, I need help. Like, this is going on at my house and I'm scared and I don't know who to call, or somebody, my uncle, somebody, somebody's drinking, or there's too many drugs at my house. I don't sleep and there's no food at my house. And, so they're going to feel comfortable to come to you, and you're going to be their light, and you're going to just be a shining light as you are right now in this whole universe. Sweetheart, just keep doing what you do, baby doll. You are amazing. Like, you're so inspirational. Like, you truly are. Um, I appreciate y'all so much. The love
Thank you.
is, we just got to keep giving it out, man. Just giving out the love, and um, spreading all that goodness that you do. Um, you're amazing.
Overall, I just, at the end of the day, I want to know that I am that person in someone else's life that I needed whenever I was that child. Like, so for my students, for instance, I want to be that safe person for them, that same safe person that I did need at that time. And so overall, that's my main goal, is to be someone's safe place whenever they're going through something that I went through, or even something that I didn't go through. Just being there and being supportive of them and watching them grow is incredible to watch. And then even like, for instance, I won't say any names, but I had a student that, was going through some stuff, and I watched her grow tremendously this year, and it was absolutely beautiful. um and it was it was it took a little while, and it's still going on, but she's grown so much, and she's she went from almost failing to passing her entire class, and that was admirable to watch her go through that. And it's honestly her support system changed and everything, and because she has a new support system now, she's got a healthier life.
That that support system really matters.
It does.
It does.
The support.
Without that support system, I would be worried.
Yeah.
For many people, really, for many people, a lot of people need that good support system. And not very, like addicts, a lot of addicts don't have that support system because they've broken their support system. And
Yes.
it's sad, but they've put their family or their support system in, for instance, through the ringer, and it's sad to watch. But where's their safe place to go back to? Just like she said earlier, they got to have a safe place to go back to. And I feel like that's why a lot of addicts continue to stay on the streets, and they continue to stay on the drugs because they don't have anywhere else to turn to. They're scared to go back because they know that they've burned a lot of bridges, and they don't know what it will take to cross that bridge again.
That is very true, Miranda. That's very true. There's a lot of addicts that go into rehab and they relapse multiple
Put
times.
it back there.
And some people are ready, and then some rehabs, they just gotta fight. They just not want to get high no more. It comes to making that choice and that decision. We keep it so real here that we have made some people upset and mad by talking truth. But that's what it comes down to. It's a decision to not use. The decision, and it takes that, like you said, it does.
Hold on, I'm still on the phone. Okay, go up there and
It
lay down.
takes a community. It takes that your person. It takes someone that really cares and know that they have that person that they could call. And then when they have used everybody up, stole everything from grandma's jewelry box, mom, dad's car, stole everything, all the money, credit cards, everything. And then when nobody's there and they're alone
The
and they
street.
use,
Yeah.
yes, yeah, and they hate themselves. Addicts, please stop hating yourself. Stop being mad at yourself. Love yourself just a little bit more, because we do. I love you. You are important and you matter. Your babies, they love you and they just want you to come back home. And a lot of times people are on drugs for so long that it affects the brain and changes the brain and the way they think. And it's going to take a little bit longer sometimes for the mind and the body to heal because these drugs affect the body. Alcohol and drugs combined together over periods of time. A lot of people don't even know this, but this is a I'm not a professional, but everything I talk about, I got statistics and doctors' information to back everything up because this is just in my opinion, but I can back everything up 110%. Some and most ADHD medicine or ADH medicine, whatever that is, um,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
it's good. Some of it works. But why are half and 75 to 90% of children on medications that don't need it? Some need it. I'm not saying because there is some that truly do. They have psychological problems and they don't process thoughts the way other people do if they're autism or on the spectrum. But some of this ADHD medicine that is taken over a long period of time does permanent heart damage. But we've got 95%, okay, let's go with 85% of children under the age of 15 on these medications. And when they grow up, they have heart problems that are not reversible, that do permanent damage. So instead of, like Merica Cole, she comes on from California. She has lost a son to addiction. She fights drug induced homicide. She will go after people if you can prove that one pill has killed your loved one. We even got help with that. So if you could prove that, you got help, they will be prosecuted. We got her number and she's here every Saturday morning as well. We're not playing when it comes to this addiction. People and these kids are dying.
Right.
People, it's not funny anymore. You know what I mean? This is serious. We've got kids who are taking care of mothers and fathers, and um, it's just come to a place that it's taken over every city and state that you drive through.
Right.
Certain areas of town, you're going to see the work people laying on the street, thousands, hundreds of people homeless, doing drugs. And because the dual diagnostics is not done, because these doctors are so, let's give them a pill, let's give them this, okay. So you give these child a medication, and instead of once child was running around playing, happy, bouncing off the wall, okay, they're bouncing off the wall, okay.
No,
But you give them this medication,
they're just numb to life.
and they're just sitting in a corner, just sitting over there, just rocking back and forth, don't know what day it is, and they don't care. And how is that living? What is going on, people? What's going on in our world? What are y'all thoughts about that?
I have from again working in defects through group homes all the way down to my senior citizens. It agitates me with using the controlled substance to give to the children all the way down to my seniors um, this medication just to, hey, sit down just so I don't have to deal with you, or because you're hyperactive, or because for whatever reason. Like you said, if it's, you know, testing shows that, hey, this is needed. But if it's not, and it's just because you want the kid to sit down because you don't want to take the time out to take him to a park so he can enjoy himself, run himself tired, and you're getting them immune to, hey, this is the way I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be zombified. I'm not supposed to be playing. I'm not supposed to be laughing. That's too much noise for mom. That's too much, for the nurses to have to handle. So it's, let's give him something, make him sit down, make him shut up. I hate it with a passion. And I now I get why people say, I don't want my loved one to go into a nursing home because they go from, they decline once they get there. No, they give them this medicine to make them just shut down. And it's the same thing they're doing to kids because they don't want them,
Hmm.
ripping and running through the house. Hey, now I can understand if it's a child with it's hindering their learning, or they might need something so that they can focus. That's one thing. But some of these parents they've got to quit taking it overboard with if I get them on this, I can get a check. Or if I get them on this, I can do what I need to do, because he gonna sit over there and not say nothing. You just give him his game all day, let him get on YouTube or oh my God, the social media, anything to take him away so I can just do me, and I can just sit and scroll all day, or I can hang out with the girls or the guys all day, whatever. Using medication as a controlled substance is just as bad as them going to find the street guy and doing the same thing. So
Yep.
I hate that it's really, medication is misused. That's another. So it's like we're fighting this whole battle between the drug guy who's trying to get that stack of money and the parents who just want a peaceful life so they can scroll and keep up with life. And it's all abuse. I don't care how you look at it. There's no way around it.
My question is what happens to the children that are medicated whenever they are medicated and they grow out of their mom and dad's insurance, and they no longer have insurance, then where do they go to get
So
their stimulants?
the object of the thing to do is to wing them off of it. Once they get it
But
set in,
that doesn't always happen, and
yeah,
it's unfortunate, because then that's where we have people that are looking for those stimulants
right.
from complete strangers.
To them so long,
And
they become dependent upon. So
yeah,
nurse,
very dependent. I will admit, like, there are children that do physically need them,
oh yeah,
and like there's they could um how do I explain this? So one of my kids, he's on a non-stimulant medication
hmm
for ADHD, and I strongly told the doctor, is like, I'm completely against it, but I know that if he doesn't have this, he's not going to be able to focus in school. And so I told his doctor, I was like, I need help. Like, I need to know what I can do. And she was like, listen, if you don't want him to take it whenever he's at home, don't give it to him at home. If he needs it just for school, then only give it to him for school. Don't give it to him throughout spring break. Don't give it to him throughout summer break.
right,
Weekends. He doesn't need it,
hmm
because, and the way that she explained it to me was that we live a pretty stimulated lifestyle, as in, like, we're always outside, we're always going on hikes, we're always doing this, we're always doing that. And so, with that being said, like, we're constantly moving. And so at school, he's told to sit down, sit in a chair, read a book, do this, sit here, don't talk, be quiet. And that's not how his brain works. And so at school, he might need that non stimulant medication to help him calm his brain down just for a little while he's at school. But as soon as he gets home, guess what? Let's go on a hike. Let's go on a walk. Let's go out to the lake. Let's go do this. Constantly doing something, because we live a stimulated lifestyle that he doesn't need the medication at home. And I feel like a lot of parents intentionally put their kids on medication for
Yep.
school purposes, but also for home purposes as well. And
Most
it's like you said, because they don't want to go outside and take their kid out for a run or go look at scenery somewhere. Like, it's as little as just a walk around the neighborhood,
mhm.
just to keep, just to get their body moving, their blood pumping. And it's unfortunate. I had a student this year, and his mom was completely against medication, and I commend her for it. But whenever he was overstimulated in the classroom and he just couldn't stop moving, we're like, hey, let's go outside. We'll go on a run. Let's go. And we'll go outside and go on a run out on the track that we have at the school. And it was fun. It was so great because he would just laugh and smile, and he would come back inside and he was ready to work again. He just needed to get out that extra energy that was in his little body.
Yeah.
But
I
once
do.
again,
It
go
is.
ahead.
It is a way, and it's leading to these kids thinking that if you could just do it during the school times, do it PRN, just need it. Because when they don't, it starts a whole. The older they get, the more they become on it, and then after that, the more they wake up to all these other things that's out. They're gonna do that plus what they're already on because hey, man, I need something. I gotta have something. So the older they get, the more that's still there, but they're gonna need help. Now the body's out all of it, only cover after so many like 18 insurance changes and all this stuff. So now this help. If I know if I can get this, I can get something in the street that's going to make it go down just a little bit more. And they're trying to tone it down themselves. I don't know why I'm so full of energy. I don't know why I'm so, or whatever may have happened in life. Um, they begin to start abusing it. At 17, 18, when that insurance changes, or now you don't need it because you're not in school anymore. Now it's no, I done got used to taking this for 10, 11, 12 years. I got to have something. So now they automatically feel like, hey, my body needs something. It's become dependent on it. I've taught my body, my parents have helped me to teach my body that, hey, no, I can just go exercise. Why not go, like you said, go run around the block. Go. The older you get, go to the gym after school, work out. There's many other ways of doing it, but I do believe, and I have seen, um, not only they, started at a young age, but these parents are wanting to, hey, give him his medicine so he can hurry up and go to bed. I don't have to deal with him. I got company coming up, friends wanting to do this. If you just give him his medicine, you don't have to watch him long. He'll go to sleep. Whatever it takes to get him out of the hair, is what they'll do, and that's the start of some of these kids and the issue of being dependent upon something to get them through life.
Miranda, again, shout out to you, beautiful love, for being such a smart, compassionate mother and teacher. When you seen that child just needed to be outside for a minute, you know, that takes a lot to just see that, because most people would have seen it and still continued. You are truly, you're an exception out here, sweetheart. You are one of a kind, sweetie. Just, oh girl, keep doing what you're doing. You are so amazing. Like, I'm sure that your students and your babies are appreciating you right now, because I know I'm appreciating here everything coming out of both of y'all's beautiful faces. Y'all are amazing. Both of
Thank
y'all
you.
are, being a teacher and a nurse, and seeing the struggles and surviving most things, and being able to be positive positive role models right now in a world that is just, our world is falling apart. Our families are falling apart. Again, thanks to DJ B Lethal for Friday night for couples therapy. Bringing and working on families and couples and keeping couples strong and families strong. Keeping the love going. Um, and uh, getting back to the medications. I do see a lot of parents that are trying to put their children on medications so they can put them on a check. That child never has to work, but then again, is that check going to be enough to sustain them and give them the life that they want, need, and deserve as a paycheck? you know Milk's $4 a gallon. How much is, it's just so much. There's so much going on right now in our communities, in our families, um, and the downfall of our families, because there's so many fathers and mothers that are not there. Um, there's a lot of brothers and sisters that are raising kids, and that's sad again, because a lot of times when these children do get older, you know, um, I think they can get Medicaid or Medicare until they're 22. But then, if they're capable of working at that time, then they must get a job. And then um, a lot of places you have to buy insurance, and there's just not a lot of young adults that's going to, capable, if especially if they're having issues already, if someone's not there to helping them, they're going to struggle or be lost or turn to street drugs. And again, that's when we lose them too, because they're going to try this or that. And hopefully they have a strong mom, a father, an uncle, aunt, big brother, or somebody to step in and say, look, what are you doing? I know you're not going to continue doing this, but, and if we don't have those people in those children's lives, we lose them. And when so many children are being placed in foster care nowadays, you know, um, some foster cares are just taking the children for the money. But in reality, we've got foster systems that are not paying enough money to take care of the children. At best here in Ohio, you get $250 per child, and $250 for food stamps. How much is that taking care of a child, and what is that really buying when, groceries and everything's going up on a weekly basis? And when we have family breakdowns, food is so important. Nutrition, if people, um, if children are sick, it's like they have to eat certain things. And again, if you have people that are doing drugs or drinking, they're going to make sure that they have their drugs and their drink before there's a gallon of milk in the refrigerator. And I've seen that a lot of times. And again, these babies and these children are out here struggling. Again, we have children that are making adult decisions. Some children are living at home and their parents are locked up in jail, and CPS or the neighbors don't even know. I know of cases like that, and it's alarming and disturbing that this is going on and happening, but it is. And the babies are suffering. Again, the kids are suffering. But Miranda, sweetheart, you should be, I hope that you are so, 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 so proud of yourself. You have broken a cycle when you absolutely sat here and say, I wanted to be a parent that you didn't want your kids to see and them being scared and them going through the sleepless nights, because I'm sure you went through many, 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 many sleepless nights
Oh
of
yeah.
worry about your mom and everything going on. I am so proud of you, beautiful. Like, you are amazing. Your story, you need to be, you know, there's a newspaper that I'm going to have probably get in touch with you because they need to hear your story. Um,
Okay.
you are truly amazing. Truly.
Thank you.
Like, you just don't hear wonderful, positive, uplifting, like, good. It just gives me chills just to think that how much that you truly, truly love your babies. That you don't need no drugs, that you ain't out here at the bar, you're not running here and running there, and that you love your babies, that you want to give them the best of you so they could be the best of them. Do you know that there's so many kids right now, and I know of a couple little kids right now that are going through some things because their mom and their dad and their family chooses other things over them. They choose not to have time for them. And Miss Miranda, what you're doing right now, like, I don't know if you completely truly understand how big of a great thing this is, because there's thousands and thousands and thousands, literally thousands, 178,000 parents that are not present in their children's lives right now. So
I believe
you
it.
being a positive role mother and being a mom and being a teacher, like, oh my goodness, I just shout out to you, baby doll. Shout out to you. And I just want to shout out to DJ Be Lethal, just because, sir, of you being the dad and the father and the grandfather and the best friend and a DJ, and just being an artist promoter, looking out after all of these other children. Just shout out to y'all for doing what y'all do. And I want to shout out to my daughter, Misty and Sean. And I want to shout out to Rain Man, because for giving me strength every day. But y'all's story and y'all being so positive is here why that Autumn's Way and all of these stories and all this love needs to be shared, because there's families out here that are hurting right now because they don't have no parents, they don't have a mother or a father that cares enough to go that extra mile and just do the right thing, because in a blink of an eye your babies will be grown. You think those 18 years is a long time, but it's not. In reality, it's gone too fast. And I'll be the first one
Hmm.
to say that. It goes too fast. It just goes too fast.
It sure does.
Miss Miranda, sweetheart, would you like to say, or anything that you want to talk about right now, anything that you want to say to anyone out there? Um, I just want to say I'm proud of you and thank you so much for sharing everything, for being with us. It truly means more than you will ever understand, and I'm forever grateful. Autumn's Way is forever grateful for you just sharing and doing everything. Continue being the best mom out there, because I know you are, girl. I feel your warmth and your positives all the way over here. Like, girl, you are just, look, you just make me smile. You know what I mean? Like, you are so awesome. Don't ever stop
Thank
doing
you.
what you're doing, baby doll. You are an amazing mother and a teacher, and what you're doing for your community. Yes, your rewards are going to be coming tenfold, sweetheart, tenfold.
Thank you. If I could say anything, um, I honestly, what I would say is, if you are an addict and you do have children, find them a safe place. Whether it's that's your mom, your sister, your dad, find them a safe place because they don't deserve to see you like that. And it's hard to just say bye to your babies, but say bye to them long enough for you to say hello to them again and being back in their life 10 times better than what you left it in. They deserve that. You deserve that. You deserve the relationship with your children. You don't want to get older, or you don't want them to get older and have nothing to do with you. You don't want them to have to babysit you while you're strung out. You want to have that relationship with them. You want to be able to walk your daughters down the aisle. You want to be able to sit there and help your daughter pick out her wedding gown, or your son pick out his tuxedo for his wedding. You want that, and you don't want to miss that opportunity because you decided your addiction over them. And with that, I hope you the best.
That is very, very wise, wise words. Because again, our topic tonight is how drug use affects children and how drug use is affecting children. It's killing children. We urge, we are urging you. If you are, just like Miss Miranda just said, just like we've talked about every other week, we've been talking about this for a little bit because these drugs are killing the children. They're watching you do them. They're watching you drink, and when you pass out, they're drinking. They're doing your drugs and taking your car out, stealing it, stealing other cars here in the city is what's going on. You know, that's what the drugs and the effects, because it's turning your child into a future addict, because no child is born and saying, oh, I'm going to be a drug addict. They're not saying that, and they're not doing that. Just like hate is learned at home, people stop hating. It makes you ugly, because that's what I got to say. I don't know if y'all can see my finger or not. There we go. Wait a minute. There it is. One. Right there. One. And I'm just holding it there just for a second because we are one. If we all just stick together as the human race, no labels, no colors, no creeds, no labels, no this, no that. We all bleed red. If you can't look at your neighbors, person across the street, down the way, whatever, as your brother, your sister, as your person on the earth, I feel sorry for you. And that's all I got to say about that. Stop the hate. Any and everyone. I am Miss Peg, and we are Autumn's Way Through, helping others. We are healing through Autumn's Way every week right here from Columbus, Ohio. We will love y'all. Y'all can be mad all you want, but look, we ain't gonna say nothing hateful unless it's the truth. We're not scripted. I don't have a million questions. I appreciate every single guest that comes here and shares their love and their passion in order to help their communities and their children to have a better life. Parents, if you are continually using drugs, doing fentanyl, doing meth, staying up 5 or 6 days in a row, looking out for stuff in the yard, digging around, looking in the car, I don't know what you're doing. You got to stop it. Please stop. If you continue doing drugs, please take your kids. We are begging. I'm begging you. You hear me? I'm begging you. Begging. Take your children somewhere safe. Safe. Because if those get in the drugs that you're doing, even a high blood pressure pill, if a child takes even something like that, it could kill them. Please put all firearms, all weapons, please lock them up safely. There's been too many children that's passing away from accidental guns as well. It's too much of that. And we'll have a topic on that as well. Miss Miranda, I'm so proud of you. As human as you are, our guest Misunderstood that was with us, we appreciate you so much. Being the nurse, being the person that you are. DJ B. Lethal, we appreciate you, sir, for what you do for the community, for everything that you do, sir. It's so greatly appreciated. Without you, we couldn't do what we do here at Autumn's Way. You know, we share out love, we give out numbers, love, communications. You know, if you need a tattoo, you need ink therapy, please go to Rammed Tattoo at 22 West Johnson Street in Upper Sandusky, Ohio. You know, you tell them the Autumn's Way Through sent you, and you're going to get that that little discount. You're going to get a discount if you tell them Autumn's Way Through sent you. You know, tattoo, ink, getting some ink is therapy as well. You might have something or scars or something you might want covered up. Look, you tell them it Rammed, the Autumn's Way Through sent you. On Monday nights, you have Live with Mr. No Weapon. We are here every Tuesday night, and we've been here every Tuesday night for 3 years, spreading love and hope in the hopes that you make a different choice and a different decision. We wish everyone, we just hope that your angels come and visit you in your dreams. If you continue using drugs, please tell your family and your friends. If you want to be cremated or you want a full body, please pick out your music and let your family know. You know, Autumn was a gift to this earth, and she left too soon. And that's why we're here, giving people hope, like I said, for another day. She was love, and she gave her last dollar to people. She was not selfish. And I know that about my daughter, and I'm so proud of her. I want to shout out to my alley cat. I am so proud of you for doing what you do, working in the rehab facility, doing what you do, helping fight addiction. You know, like I said, we're here at Autumn's Way. We're just giving out love and giving people some hope and consideration. You know, don't be mad at yourself. Love yourself a little bit more. And it does. It starts at home. A lot of things start at home. Don't teach your children hate, because they don't know what that is until they hear an adult say something. So don't put that in their ears. Don't put hate and don't teach hate. You know, please, if anyone is having a homelessness problem, housing and drug, alcohol assistance, please call 24 hours a day. That is the 1775 Alum Creek. That is Mary Haven. That is one of their outreach programs. That is their 24-hour place. Their phone number is 614 449 1530. If you are struggling with a mental emergency, please call 988 immediately. If you're having a suicidal thought, please, I'm begging you, please call 988. It's the national hotline number. They will send someone to you. They will speak with you all night if you just need someone to talk to. If you just need a friend, someone to listen to you. I know I talk a lot over here, but if you just need somebody to listen, reach out to me on social media, and I promise I'll be quiet and I'll just listen. If you need some good music to listen to, please contact DJ Be Lethal. And he's going to give you the medicine that you need because he's got the right beat for your heart to get it right in the right back groove. You know, want y'all people be on a natural high. Turn some good music up. Call somebody you love. Dance with them. Even if it's on video call. You know, make happy memories. Share love because that's all we got left through this earth. You know, let people know that you care about them. Please download the Zeno app today and look for we have DJ Be Lethal has created beautiful stations, whatever you like. Look, whatever gets your heart beating. Look, the Tattoo Shop Radio is free on the Zeno app. Linda's Legacy Radio Station, Southern Soul Gold. The B-sides. Look, the B-sides. The Tattoo Shop Radio. Bees Nuts. Look, DJ Be Lethal has some great stations. Southern Soul Gold. Look, I'm over there a lot. I love Linda's Legacy Radio Station. Friday night. Look, y'all gonna have to tune in with DJ Be Lethal on Friday nights. Because he brings that love. Look, he's going to light it up. All you got to do is, look, light the candle in the bedroom. Grab your partner. Look, and the rules are simple. Put them kids to bed. Put the kids to bed. Turn the music up so you don't wake up. Look, call better yet, look, call grandma, the auntie, call somebody. Get them kids out of the house. Get the candles going. Run that tub water. Look, there's something on the grill, but bring love back into your home. If you're a single parent, shout out to you right now, doing what you do and being the mom, the dad, and showing them babies that you love them. Because that's what tonight's about. Every night and every day is how everything is affecting the children. Love your babies. Just love them. I promise that's really all they need deep down. Everything else will work itself out. But if you continue doing drugs, you're missing out. You hear their laughter, but are you seeing their smile? Because as your face is in your phone or in your drugs or when you're dozed out, your baby just wants you to look at them just for a minute, that picture they colored you, or watch them jump rope. That's all they wanted. You got 5 minutes for your kid? Because it seems like you got all kind of hours for them drugs. It's keeping you down. Again, I am Miss Peg, And we are healing through Autumn's way. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Just know if your loved one has went on before you, just know they're with you. They are within you. Their blood runs through your veins. They created you. They gave you life. Cherish the life that you have. Cherish the lives that you create. You are responsible. You are their guardian. You are their protector. Without you, who's going to protect them? Because there's some crazy people out here in the world that may take them and harm them. People, please love your babies a little bit more. We will be back next Tuesday night. Again, I want to thank everyone. DJ B Lethal, I thank you so much, sir. I want to shout out to Don Rain Man for everything he does, for being the rock, my laughter, and the person that just accepts me just the way I am. You know, there's love, and then there's love, and then there is love. We hope that you pick and you choose wisely. But when you say that you love, that you really mean that. Especially because when you tell a child, see, it goes right back to that child. When you tell a child that you love them, they feel that. They can feel it. And if you lie to them, they feel that too. Please don't hurt the babies anymore. They never asked to be here. Don't lie to them. Don't mess with their minds. If you can't take care of them, give them to somebody that can and that wants to. But don't be selfish. Don't be one of those parents that you can't stand the other parent. Okay. Okay. But don't hold that child against that other parent. That's wrong. That's selfish. That's more acting like a kid than the kid is. It's time for some of y'all parents out here to grow up. If somebody's loving your kid, don't be hateful and don't be ignorant about it, because there's too much of that going on too. Too much ignorancy going on. But again, we could talk about, we got a lot of things to talk about. But again, I am Miss Peg and I love y'all. DJ B Lethal, sir, do you have any words, sir, that you just want to throw in, and anything that you'd like to add, sir, before we get out of here for the night? And
Love y'all.
Sir, we love you and we appreciate every single thing you do. Again, everyone, please download that Zeno app today. Download that Zeno app today. Look for Linda's Legacy radio station. Look for LLR, the B-Sides. That's THABSIDEZ. If anyone would like to donate to the station, every dollar counts. $1, $5, 10, 50, 100, whatever your heart puts on you to do. If you would like to donate to the station, any and everything is truly and greatly appreciated. It's a big building over here, and we just try to keep the lights on, Again, you could Cash App DJ B Lethal at $ DJ B Lethal 1 LLC Cash App to support. Please go to YouTube, like, subscribe, and share out. Again, we will see y'all again right here next Tuesday night on Healing with Autumn's Way Through from Columbus, Ohio. Again, we hope that your angel come and visit you in your dreams. Everyone stay safe. Please carry Narcan. Please Google and get you some Narcan mailed free to your home. If you need Narcan, please hit us up. Hit me up through any social and all social media. My information is there as well. Until next Tuesday night, y'all stay blessed and good night from Autumn's Way Through. Good night.
Welcome to Healing with Peggy. Autumn's way through. Autumn's way through. Autumn's way through. Autumn's way through.
Welcome. Oh, yeah, man. How you doing? You good? I know you like that.
Welcome back to Healing with Miss Peggy. Miss Peggy. Miss Peggy. Welcome back. Welcome back.